log in. So
all right, cool. To bring that closer. All right, so it's just really a beginner's guide to Instagram. I'm just going to start off with, how do I get this away? This thing? Sorry,
I'll just take that out.
Okay, cool. So really, what is Instagram? It is an online mobile photo sharing, video sharing, and social networking service that enables users to take pictures and videos, and you practically share that with the world. The way that I think of Instagram is really just a networking platform where you can advertise, you can get a lot of organic traffic, paid advertising, free advertising, you can build a brand from Instagram. And it is actually a really good thing about Instagram. I have been on Instagram for a little bit now, and you get a lot of free leads, a lot of engagement. There is a chat on that, so you can even get messages from people. You can message people. And this is just a small insight that how big Instagram is. It's attracted more than 100 million active users by the time it was acquired by Facebook in April of 2012. Now just picture how much bigger it's actually grown. I think Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion in cash and stock. The user base has since swelled to 400 million, and it's still growing day by day. All right, so if you don't have an Instagram account, what I've done is I've just shot a small video showing you how to create an Instagram account. It literally takes you 2 minutes. It is on my YouTube channel, and there is a link over there if you maybe want to write that down. If you don't have an Instagram account, have a look at this. You can get this either on your mobile or on your computer. It's great to have on your computer. The only problem is that you cannot upload or post pictures from your laptop. It's only done through your phone. Then the next step is to create a Facebook page and link up your Instagram account. So here's another video that I shot. Literally takes just a few minutes. There's a link there, have a look at it. It's just how to link your Instagram to your Facebook page. Now you can't link it to your actual Facebook, it has to be to a Facebook page. And once that is all interlinked, you can really start advertising, creating campaigns through Power Editor. So it's really the same thing as creating a campaign on Facebook. The advertising setup is really the same, and you can track this via Facebook. It's really, really great. So how to advertise on Instagram. So you just have to create a campaign using your Power Editor, which is interlinked to Facebook, and then you can be up and going. Now there's 2 ways to advertise on Instagram, and it's via a picture or a video. Picture ads can only have 20% text on it. Otherwise, Instagram will not advertise your picture. They are very, very strict on their guidelines. It's something that you can just Google and really have a look at their guidelines. If you have too much text on your picture and you're advertising that, Instagram will not advertise it. So video ads, you can have a video ad up to 1 minute. There will be a few examples that we have done. And free advertising, you can put a video ad up on your Instagram, but that's only for 30 seconds. So it does really limit you to advertising videos. As YouTube, you can really advertise a video as long as you want. And on, Facebook, Instagram, it's really hard to just do an ad that's just a minute to kind of gain trust so that people can subscribe. So as I said, all the ads are reviewed. Make sure you read the guidelines. What I will do is I'll put up a video on the YouTube account, which is just Sandrine Heck Lifestyle Entrepreneur. If you want to have a look at that or subscribe, I'll put a new video out that I'll put a link.
I've just put a link, guys, to the chat box to access Sandy's actual YouTube channel.
I'll put a new video up there. And what I'll do this month is I'll do tests on small video ads, on text ads, and really step by step show you how to create a campaign, who to really be targeting, what keywords to kind of use. All of that will be done on another session, as it's really important to get the basics of Instagram, because if you don't have a profile, people can actually view your ads, and from there they can actually click into your profile, and if you don't have any content there or anything valuable, it does look like a scammy profile. So you really need to build that up, otherwise you're not going to have users trust the value or the content that you're giving out to them. So setting up of Instagram, the first thing you need to do is really set a profile picture up. There is a whole way here that shows you how to do it. I'll leave it up here. I'm not going to really go through that because it is really easy. And when setting up your profile, I do recommend that you have a description where you can tell the world more about yourself. There will be examples given to what we actually put out there and what we recommend. And, you know, it's really just a bio of who you are, what you're being able to give out. So it's very important to make sure that you have that set up. So starting up brand new from scratch, you're going to have to find people to follow. If you want people to start following you on Instagram, you've got to get out there and follow like-minded people. And you can do this by searching at the little search tab, and you can put in a hashtag, a username. You can really just put in there motivation, and a whole bunch of profiles of motivation will come up. And you can actually go through them and choose who you want to follow. So it's literally finding like-minded friends who you can connect with. And post your first photo or video. I'm sure a few of you have done this. Just make sure that what you're posting is relatable to your business, is relatable to you, and is relatable to other people out there. All right, so I've put up a few examples of our Instagram profile. I actually deliberately did a small test. So while we were in Bali, I hardly put out any content, any photos, any videos, and really wasn't on the Instagram much for about a week. And as you can see here, we've got 6,105 followers, and that has actually dropped by probably 100 people have stopped following this account because no content was given, no value was given out. So you really need to keep it consistent, because just by not posting for a week, 100 people unfollowed. So it's very important to be consistent with your Instagram profile. So as you can see here, it's just Lifestyle by My Own Design. If you want to follow our Instagram, go ahead. And all we've put there is we're avid bloggers, marketers, and online entrepreneurs committed to helping others achieve success in life and business. And straight underneath it, there's a link that goes to a page that gives you the free ebook that we offer. So it's a freebie, and you can change up whatever link you want to put in there. So one day you can have a free ebook, then you can have a link going to a free trial, then you can have a link going to your website. You can practically put anything that you want there. Another example of free advertising over here is Living a Laptop Lifestyle. It says, don't dream your life, live your dreams. And then it says, click the link in the bio to get your free ebook and video series. And obviously at the bottom, I've written a small description and plenty of hashtags so that when people kind of look up, I don't know, free ebook or marketing, all that, my picture will come up. And if that's something they want, they'll go to my bio, click on my link, and straight to the landing page to get their free ebook, and that's a free lead, and that is just all organic. So this is really the free side of it. If you're going to do paid, you're going to target people who are going to see this, and they'll probably click on it.
Yeah, to give you an insight of just how powerful that is, that last ad there with that ebook, I think we put some paid marketing behind it. We only spent $100 and we're getting $1 to $2 leads, and even had some elite sales come from it. So as I was saying, that's how powerful Instagram is.
Yeah. I personally think it's like the new way, like, because everyone loves solo ads, and because that's like the cheapest method in around the day. But now that Instagram's around, you can get just as cheap leads that you can target non-internet marketing niches, which is really good as well. So, you know, that profitability of that one ad just shows the sheer potential in Instagram.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to really look into scaling Instagram.
It's a great thing as well because it's really an untapped market around what we're doing. I mean, you hardly see other people within the community that's actually doing this. So this could potentially be a gold mine. If you were the first ones to move here, you wouldn't have to be dealing with a lot of competition.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend getting into it now. It's really basic and easy to learn. It's very similar to Facebook. No one's really doing it, and that's the power of it. If you just kind of get the skills and nail it and build a massive profile, you're going to be killing it, that's for sure. So it is, no one knows about, no one even knows that you can advertise on Instagram. So it really is a gold mine, just like Mer has said.
And just with this training on Instagram, like you can use this for, you know, any other types of products and services you might want to create or promote in the future. I mean, Instagram is really good if you're selling clothing or you're into fitness, beauty products. Like this works a real charm, Instagram, for any of those type of products and services.
And even speaking to a few people on my consultation calls that I do, a lot of people do mention that, oh, yep, we're following you on Instagram. So they kind of follow our journey. So it makes it a lot more real when they do sign up, or if they do want to purchase high products, they know that what we're doing is actually legitimate. So a lot of people check you up, Google you, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, and if you've got a good online presence, it's a no-brainer for them.
Like what Sandy said, it's all about building an online presence. And if you are evident in all these platforms, not just on Facebook, not just on YouTube, but you are spread it around like Pinterest, Snapchat, for example, like take advantage of all these platforms and really start building a strong online presence, because the more you personalize that and the more people can actually see your journey, the more powerful it's going to be. So take advantage of it.
Awesome. All right, so with your Instagram profile, just where I showed you previously where you can add all your links, you can actually add whatever you want in there. There's really not a limited amount of things that you can add there. I would recommend, you know, you can add your Snapchat name, your email address over there if people actually want to contact you, the number, your links, your website, your Skype, so that you can really get engagement if you're open to doing that. That is something that we're probably going to do now, is just kind of up our Instagram and just provide a lot more information or a lot more ways where they can actually get hold of us. So you can add any of those things if you're comfortable with doing that. So I'm going to go through a lot of just frequently asked questions. When should you post? There's a when, what should you post, how many times you should post, what are the hashtags, what are shout outs. We actually got an elite from just a shout out that Christopher did a few months ago, how to get more followers and posting videos. So when is the best time to post on Instagram? What I've done is I've looked through a lot of spreadsheets. I've looked through plenty of things on the internet, and this is the best one that I found. The best time to actually post on Instagram is 2 a.m. in the morning and 5 p.m. in the evening on Wednesdays. So this is in Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, we're not going to be all up at 2 a.m., but these are just some charts to show you when people are actually on Instagram and when is the best time to post. I've got for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've got the whole week's worth of tables here, which you can actually see the statistics of when people are on Instagram and when you should kind of be posting your Instagram pictures or videos. As you can see, Wednesday over here, 5 p.m. is massive. Thursdays look pretty consistent. So it really just is up to you. A lot of people on Instagram on Friday and Saturday. So yeah, that's just a small insight on when to be posting.
And guys, if you want to look back into those times, we will be sending out a replay of this actual presentation on our members hub. So you guys can go back to it and really you can gain a lot of insight in terms of this.
It'll give
We,
you
we
slides
will
for it.
generate a
Yeah.
PDF slide as well for you guys.
And I literally have about 15 pages of really good hashtags, the most popular ones, the most used ones, the most looked up hashtags. So that will also be provided to you just in case you run out of hashtags, because sometimes it does get a bit confusing when you have to post so many times using different hashtags. So that will give you a clear idea of what you should be using and what other people are actually looking up. So what should you post on Instagram? Pictures relatable to your business, videos, it could be small adverts, could be just sightseeings, it could be anything out of the extraordinary, because people like things that are different. We post a lot of quotes, thoughts. There is a very popular picture or hashtag which is called Throwback Thursday, which is TBT, which is the hashtag, and you just post a photo from the past and you put that hashtag, and a lot of people like to look that up, I have noticed. Tag your location in there. There will be a few things showing you how to do that on this, and tag people in if you are with other people. So here is a small example of us. We've just edited a small picture on Canva, just putting a small quote in there, and just make it your mission to uplift others. And it's just got all my hashtags. And as you can see, this one has over 1,000 likes. So that photo has reached over 1,000 people. And I also put in my location, as you can see here, it says Pemilican Island, Bohol, and that just shows that that's where we were. So because we do travel a lot, we put in that location so a lot of people can actually see that we are traveling and what we're doing is legitimate. There is our Instagram here if you want to have a look at more of our profile and how we actually do things. I'm going to just show you a few more other examples. You really don't need to have travel pictures, or you don't have to have the best of the photos to create an Instagram account on whatever your niche is. I mean, this is just some personal ones. A lot of people like to see personal pictures so that it does make it real. So yep, that's just all of us in Melbourne. The location is attached over there. This is just, obviously, our location is here. Typical office day. Here are some more pictures. And I mean, I've put a picture of, this is my dog back in South Africa. And I've just put that picture and said, Happy Friday, and it's had 125 likes. It could have even reached more people. I didn't need to put anything that was lifestyle-y. I know that, most people like dogs. So Friday, I just decided I'm going to put a picture of a dog up, and it got engagement. So there is really, as you can see here, we've done some edited ones, can practically be anything. Another good example is this one over here, which is a glass beach in California. All I did was found that picture on the internet and uploaded it to my Instagram, and it got a lot of engagement. I didn't need to have my own pictures. So if you're worried about not having content or pictures, if something comes across as interesting, just take that and upload it on your Instagram. There's no limits on that. And here is another really good example of an ad that we did, which was a paid advertisement. It just says, live the laptop lifestyle, learn more to access our free guide to succeeding online. And that really reached lots and lots of people. There is a small little button that pops up at the bottom, which is a sponsored ad. And when they click the learn more button, it goes straight to a landing page, which will give them more information on the SFM. Obviously using your unique affiliate link so that if they do purchase anything, it does come through you. This is another small one. This is the actual first Instagram ad that I put out. Very simple, earn more, work less, enjoy life. And I had a small learn more button, which they clicked on. That obviously didn't get that much engagement because of the wording on the actual picture. You're very limited, so you have to really be creative and think about how you're going to advertise it by just using a few words. All right, so how many times should you post on Instagram? So in order to build an audience, you need to gain more followers. So content is the key and consistency is the key. The more content you have, the more likes and followers you will receive. It's recommended to post 3 times a day using 20 or more hashtags. So right now, I think we post 1 or 2 times, but I know that we can really build our Instagram profile up to a lot more followers if we did post 3 times a day. So if you are starting up, I'd highly recommend doing it 3 times a day. Not really more than that, because it will look like you are really seeking attention. So just post 3 times, use as many hashtags as you want so it will reach more people. Make sure that you provide value and become relatable. Be authentic, mix it up with your post, just like I've showed you in those small little things that we do with our Instagram. Just keep it real and authentic, and people will definitely see through that and relate to that. So the best hashtags to use for Instagram, here are just some small little examples: lifestyle, passive income, marketing, power, inspiration, create, explore, entrepreneur. And the list really does go on and on and on. That's why I will have a PDF with 15 pages of hashtags that you can look at. And these are really the most popular ones that I've got from Instamate, which is another site that I have. It's like a tool that really does help you with your Instagram. And I've taken 15 pages of their popular hashtags, and that will be given to you. So what are paid shout outs? An Instagram shout out is a screenshot of another user's profile page uploaded to your account to show support and give exposure to other users. Shout outs can increase the user's followers and provide advertising to small businesses and websites. So just to explain this in my own words, shout out is really you contacting another person who has built up a really great Instagram page, and they probably have 20,000 followers, and the type of content that their page has to do with inspiration or marketing. What you do is you contact that person through the link that they may have in their bio, or you can actually go to some sites where you can just pay $10 to $100, and what they do is you give them a picture, they upload it onto their profile and put a link in their description, and what they do is all the people following there will see this new picture saying, hey, gain access to the lifestyle team's free ebook, and you'll get this much value, and this is what you'll get. Click the link. And a lot of people will see that picture, go to that person's bio, click on the link, which will be our link, and that's how you're going to get people to sign up or even purchase goods that you have, or services or information products that you have that you want to sell. So that is a really smart way of advertising. That's a shout out that we got.
Yeah, shout out to Massive.
Yes.
That's the one where I created that image of that ebook with the text below it, and I approached someone who's got very entrepreneurial pictures on there. And when you approach him, you ask him, "Oh, can I have a shout out?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And it was $100 a shout out, and I could see in my Aweber we were generating $1 leads. And I haven't continued on shout outs, but if you're going to generate $1, $2 leads, then shout outs the way to do it, and then it's about providing value to them. But as I said before, I checked my marketing, and we've actually gotten a lead from Instagram. So this is the cheapest way to actually build a list from scratch. And if you want to build a brand online, then definitely Instagram. It's not hard to get some inspirational quotes, pictures off the internet, and get people following you. People just love Instagram, love liking things. So if you want to build a brand, this is the quickest way. And if you want to generate cheap leads as a beginner, then I think Instagram and shout outs and paid marketing on Instagram combined with free marketing is the quickest way.
They are actually, you can Google paid shout outs and a list of websites will come out. This is an example of one, shoutoutcard.com. What you do is you go on that link. You can view a lot of people's profiles, so it will show you how many followers they have, what type of niche they're in. You can have a look at their content, and if you'd want them to post one of your pictures up with a link, you pay it online, and that person who owns that page will put your information up on their page which you can get a lot of followers, leads. It is so powerful. Shout outs.
If you got someone with like 500,000 followers, even 1 million followers, they don't usually charge more than like $100. I mean, $100 to get your image in front of 500,000 people, you're gonna get $1 to $2 leads.
Definitely.
Yeah, and treat this the way you would with any marketing strategy. Like in terms of like solo ads, what you're going to do, you're going to get your marketing budget and you're going to spread it across different solo ad providers or different Instagram pages that you've done the research on. Spread it out there, and then you're going to put like $50 or $100 tests onto each one, and then you're going to monitor results from each person. And the person who gives you the best results, simply scale them by asking, can we do a contract with a shout out per week, and then you can start. That's how you scale your marketing campaigns. And guess what? If you're doing $1, $2 leads, you can build a list very, very fast.
And the good thing about this is if you build your own Instagram into this massive followers, then people will contact you and pay you to put their content out on your page. So
attraction marketing.
It's really, really powerful. So all these small things that I'll just be giving you tips on, you should really be implementing. So 5 tips on Instagram shout outs. Find users with content similar to what you post. Find users who have around the same number as followers as you. That really depends on what you want to do. I would recommend really finding people who have like 1 million followers and use their profile.
They might cost a little bit more, but you're going to get eyes on your picture a lot more. So find people with lots and lots of followers. And as I said, it costs a bit more, but you're going to get a lot more leads.
Yeah, and avoid spamming users with 4 seconds comments on their post. Contact users through Kik, email, or Instagram direct. So that's just you going. You can actually just look up people who have similar views to you, people who have a lot of followers, and they usually have an email in that link or some form of communication that you can just send them a message and say, hey, I really love your Instagram page. It relates to me. I've got an awesome photo or an awesome video that I'd love to put out on there. How much do you charge to have my content out for the day with my link in your description? And that's really how simple it is. All right. This is really the basics of how to mention other people on Instagram, how to like, comment, and send photos and videos. I probably won't go through this because this is really just common sense, but I have put this up for people who are brand new to Instagram. So when you're reviewing this, or have a look at the PDFs and really have a read through this if you don't know how to do these type of things. So how to make your photos and videos private. I don't recommend that. You actually would want to get as many views as possible. So there is actually an option on Instagram to make your whole profile private. Some people do have that up. I would recommend taking that straight off so that when people follow you, they immediately start following and seeing your content, that you don't have to review who's following you. And how to add your photo map. That's also something that you can really just have a read through, just showing your kind of location. All right, tips on getting more Instagram followers is start following like-minded people. So you can go into your search engine and type in bloggers, and a whole bunch of Instagram profiles will come up with bloggers. And if you follow them, there is likely a chance that they will start following you back if your profile is, something similar to them. Search for relatable keywords, like other Instagram pictures. This is actually really powerful on getting free followers. I did a test where I did 2 days where I started liking and commenting and following other people on Instagram. Literally just took me 5 minutes. I did that for 2 days, and from just pressing like or just putting a comment saying, hey, your profile is really cool, I love this picture, this relates to me, other people start thinking, oh, who is this person? And they start looking into my profile and start following me because they relate to me. And that's how you get a lot of free leads, free followers. After, I think I got 20 free followers just from sitting on Instagram and liking and commenting on other people's stuff. So it really is a win-win, and you need to put a bit of time into it in the beginning. So yeah, this was a test that I did. I liked 100 relatable photos to my business. I followed 20 people I relate to. I commented on 30 Instagram pictures, the outcome, 15 followers. And that's free leads. All right. Can you post videos on Instagram? So I shot a small 1-minute ad because that is the time limit on this. I will play it. Hopefully it does work. This will just give you an overview on, you know, what type of videos you should be putting out there on Instagram if you do want to start advertising videos. So I'll just play that.
Have you ever thought about doing something different with your life? Because you know that you have more potential? I sure did. And as a former childcare worker, I had to realize that I needed to stop trading my valuable time for money and start working smarter. And what I mean by working smarter, I mean by learning how to use the internet, which I did. And I was able to design my own online business. I was able to leave my job, travel the world, and become financially free. And I wanted to share how you too can live this life of freedom. I came across a 7-day video series and it transformed my life, literally transformed my life. I wanted to share that with you today for free, as well as giving you a free ebook, Living a Laptop Lifestyle. All you have to do is click the sign up button below and enter your email address. We'll send you our ebook and our free video series straight into your inbox. If this is not for you, that's okay. I still wish you all the success in life. My name is Sandri.
So yeah, that was just practically a minute, and it was so hard to do that. I had to do so many takes to get that to a minute.
It's not easy doing a 1-minute video, trying to cram everything in 1 minute.
But really kind of give a background to your own story so people can relate to that. Just share a bit of what you've learned, your freedom, and then offering that at the end. Another example is this one. This is the first Instagram advertisement that I put out. It was just some travel shots, and in the whole advertisement at the bottom I just wrote, if you want to kind of live this life of freedom, click the learn more button to gain access to learning, you know, the ins and outs of the online world. And this was when Instagram actually, you could only put up a 30-second ad. That was about a year ago, and you could only post a 15-second video that, you know, won't cost you to get out there. So this was just like a small travel thing, but then really wrote down what I wanted to give out to everyone. And it did get a few leads. What this video got was a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of people tagging other people into it, but not a lot of good leads came out of it. But this is a small one. Hopefully it's not too choppy.
Ask me what I did with my life. I spent it you. If I lose my fame and fortune, as long as I got you, baby. As long as I got you, baby.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end, I put, what would you do with your digital life? Brought to you by the Lifestyle team. I guess, obviously, that was the first one I did. If you're thinking of doing something like that, or a visual, just a text ad type of thing where you can just, you know, have writing in there, letting them know what this is all about. You know, I would have honestly put a link in there, or, you know, a YouTube account which they can start following. So there's a lot of things that you can put in these ads. They're obviously a minute long now, so you don't have to struggle with the 30 seconds.
Yeah, I get this is great in terms of just building brand awareness and online presence, because even if this was just to add on to your profile, it's another way of like being really creative. And it's all about that brand awareness, building that online presence, which will ultimately generate you some organic leads. So the more consistent you are and the more creative you are with what you're sending out to your followers or to potential customers, the more beneficial it's going to be in the long run. So
yeah. So that's practically all I've had for today. There is a lot of stuff I could go on for days, but I mean, just if you want to pop a yes or no in the chat box, if you want to learn more about how to actually start creating campaigns and advertising, let me know. I'm happy to do another training maybe in a month's time on Instagram and the actual advertising side of it. I'll probably pop a small little, how to create campaigns on my YouTube channel. You can have a look at that, but I'll literally go in depth with the advertising side of it in a month's time if you want, and I'll start testing picture ads, video ads. So I'm kind of giving you the outcome.
It seems like everyone's wanting you to do a paid version, but this is just a great way to show you guys the basics of how to actually set up an account on Instagram and all the foundations that you need to create first prior to marketing. So I think Sandy did an awesome job in terms of really, getting down the nitty gritty to really explaining it as clear as you can. So awesome
I know I go a little bit fast, but you'll see the replays and you can
it may be a little overwhelming, but don't worry, you will get a replay. This video is actually recording at the moment, so we'll have this actual video with you at all times.
So that was a really good presentation. I know it's Instagram something I really want to learn for other businesses as well, so that was really good for me. But like we were saying, it's just another platform for your followers to engage with you. That's why we're showing all these different type of platforms that you can advertise on, you can build presence on, and it's all going to be part of your goodwill, your brand equity, and that goes a long way. So don't take it lightly. Like, this stuff does work, and they all work, all these marketing methods. It just depends on what you want to master, and putting the time, effort, energy into it. Because this is not like a silver bullet. It's not going to solve all of your problems like anything that we teach you. It's just another part of your toolkit that's going to strengthen your brand.
Yeah. So it's a lot easier, like just coming up with photos and posting photos and writing blog posts, shooting videos to grow that brand. I mean, all you have to do is like post a couple of photos, like other people's stuff. I reckon it's brilliant. Like, Instagram's brilliant for building your brand.
And it's a great way for people who are starting off with a small budget. If you want to go down the free marketing route, this is another strategy that you can look into. Yes, it's going to take more of your time and you need to be consistent with it on a daily basis. But the more you just build that up and start building a strong presence, you will start seeing a good ROI coming back from that.
And I can see the next big thing coming out is Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat's huge.
So if you don't have Snapchat, get a Snapchat account. I think that is something that we'll do training on maybe in a few months' time, because it's still fairly new. But from what I'm seeing, Snapchat is becoming really good for advertising and really that personal touch to people. Yeah. It's just an app where you can video record yourself, send a photo, and send it to other people who are following you. So they will get to see everything that you do. I mean, if you come across something that's motivated you that morning, shoot a small video on it and send it to as many people as you want that are actually following you. So I think that's going to be the next powerful thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of big people right now that are using Snapchat. Tai Lopez, all these inspirational leaders are using that. It's another way for them to get to know who you are and just to follow your journey. It's so powerful when people get to see firsthand what you're actually doing, because it brings that real touch to your marketing, to your brand.
Yeah, we're definitely in the social age now. So the more you can share about your life, I can see you nodding. Yeah, we definitely are. This is simple. Like, if your business isn't socially, out there, and then you're missing out big time. There's so much opportunity. People are following people. That's all they're doing these days. They're bored. You know, so be the person, be the reason people follow you.
And I think it's a very fun aspect to your business as well. You know, you can put in your creativity side to it, your personal touch to it. Like, learn how to be creative and stand out. I think this is one of the funnest parts of our business that we look into.
Yeah, and don't think to yourself like, I know I thought this, you can't be bothered learning a platform, or you can't be bothered growing your social media profiles, but what happens is that when you start doing it, actually doing the process, it does become enjoyable, like with anything. Like, I don't like shooting videos, but guess what? I shoot a video, I feel motivated, and I'm like, man, I just, you know, we have so much to share that, like, we're in the social age, so just share it.
Yeah, you want to be the first mover as well. Like, we're talking, oh, you get $1-2 leads. Guess what? 2 years from now, people will be saying, oh, back in the day, you used to get $1-2 leads. Like on YouTube, people back in the day used to get $1-2 leads. You've got to jump on. If you get on now, you ride the wave before everyone else gets there. Yeah. So you got to be the first mover. You got to prove it, and then all of a sudden, everyone else will be like, I want to go on Instagram now. But if you're the first mover there, getting these cheap leads, it's going to be so powerful.
Yeah.
And I think that shout out to Powerful as well. And you don't have to have like really compliant. You don't have to have any compliancy. You have a shout out. They click on your link and they can enter their email to get your free ebook and video series. It just makes it so much more simpler. You can jump through all of the compliancy loopholes.
And if you ever become famous for any reason, you get paid really well for doing shout outs. You know, if you're a fitness model, or if you're someone famous with a big following, people literally pay tens of thousands of dollars to do shout outs.
It's just endorsements, that's what it is.
Yeah, I actually had lunch with one of Christopher's friends yesterday, and he's built up this activewear profile on Instagram. He's just a normal guy who works in a bar and just decided, I'm just going to start an Instagram about, you know, girls wearing active clothes, because girls like looking at girls, and it's just girls in their activewear. And he was speaking to me, and he's like, I have been, you know, asked by so many people. They've been sending me their products. So he firsthand gets sent all these awesome, cool things and just posts them on his Instagram, and they pay him.
And all he's done is uploaded 2 new photos every day for the last 6 months. That's it.
It's so basic. Like, literally all he does is a guy. Like, no one would have thought this activewear. It's just got sexy girls on there wearing cool clothes, and it's just done by this dude who has a bar job, and now he's getting all this like people because he's grown an audience over time. So this can be done in your spare time. This guy works hectic hours, and you know, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I mean, I even was saying to him, like, you could actually just create a website and have so many different types of active stuff on one website, and, you know, sell other people's products. Because out there, you don't have websites that actually have everything in one. Imagine if you could get your body scrub, your clothing, your shoes all in one go. So that's something that he thought of, but it just all came from an Instagram that he just started doing. So it is so powerful, and it's cheap now. It's so cheap because no one is doing it.
There's no competition out there in terms of what we're doing.
Yeah, starting out all over again with a lower marketing budget. If I first came in SFM, I'd definitely jump on Instagram and start generating them leads and just building that relationship.
Yeah, and it really is pretty simple to learn. Obviously, when I started up, Mo was doing Facebook, the boys were doing YouTube. I was feeling left out. I'm like, well, what can I bring to the table? They practically have built something amazing, and I've just come in. And I was like, well, I'll try Instagram out. And it's working so far.
And she's done a brilliant job, having organically grown around almost 7,000 followers. And this is her based on her actually going out there, being proactive and learning it herself. It just shows what is actually possible. You know, you do not have to have prior knowledge or experience in this. You can learn it like on the go.
It's really
she's a prime example of this happening. Awesome job.
All right, so we'll do
questions.
10 minutes of questions.
All right, so we've got a couple of questions that have been sent through, so we'll just answer that now. David asked, are you GST registered, or rather do you have to be GST registered due to the income you're receiving from the SFM?
Okay, so to answer that question, he's obviously from Australia. This is a tax in Australia. For this SFM business, no, you don't have to be GST registered unless you're doing over 80 grand in sales a year. And like ourselves, we are GST registered, which is a bonus for us, meaning we can claim back all the credits we spend on our business, but we don't have to actually pay any GST because all our sales come from America coming into Australia.
We got like another 10 grand back or something.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
For GST, we get an extra 10 grand put into our bank account because we're claiming back all the stuff we've purchased for our online business. We don't actually invoice anyone GST because we get paid from
unless
America.
you were a consultant in Australia,
that's
working
different.
with people from Australia, but we sell, it's a US company, so we don't have to pay GST. GST is goods and services tax in Australia. It's 10%.
Cool.
Another question he asked was, if you pay to position yourself at gold, then decide to upgrade, say 2 months later to black, do you pay the full amount for black or pay the difference between gold level entry and black? So you definitely pay the full amount.
Yeah, so you pay platinum and black.
Yeah.
It would be at the retail price if it's not in the
Outside the 10-day window
outside the
period.
10-day
Yeah.
window. Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Okay, so another question was from Matt. Matt asked, what are the costs I should expect to pay to run this online business, such as the website hosting, Aweber software, advertising, etc., and how much are you paying on average on a monthly and yearly basis for all of this?
Okay,
It's
so
going to be
the-
different from it.
It just depends on person to person on what you want to be using as well.
your essentials.
Yeah, in terms of website hosting, that is all within the SFM already. When you do sign up, they do host your website for you, so that wouldn't be another cost. The only cost you have to consider would be a domain, which is $15, was it a year?
A year.
Just to maintain that domain. In terms of Aweber software, it starts off with
$24.
$24 a month,
Basically,
but that changes through time in terms of how many subscribers or leads you get.
That is the most powerful
Yeah.
thing. Having the ability to own your own list, having the ability to provide whatever content you want. I mean, down the track, if SFM is not your passion and you've built up to 60,000 subscribers, you can literally sell them anything that you have if you have your own type of product. And I think there was a small video that Stuart did with just advertising that mug, and he had quite a few sales on that. So Aweber is like highly recommended.
Yeah,
That's the
so
best thing ever.
Yeah.
So basically, they're the only two essential things you need to run an online business.
Yeah.
You need to pay a website that costs $15 a year.
Which is all given to you within the SFM already,
Yeah.
so that's not an issue.
If you're getting outside hosting, I think it costs an extra, $20 a month.
Yeah, it's
or
$20
so.
a month if you wanted to actually go
Yeah.
on HostGator or
But
GoDaddy. or
and
something
if you're
like
part of the SFM, then that's all included within your membership. And
that. And
other
advertising as
yeah.
well. That also depends on what strategy you're looking into,
Yeah.
paid or free.
I saw part of the question, and how much are you paying on average on a monthly and yearly basis for all this? Now,
per month for us.
Now, the biggest expense for your online business, should you
Marketing.
choose, depending on your budgeting and how you've structured your business, is going to be your advertising
Yeah.
spend. Now, you can choose to spend $0 on your business, but that's like running any business and not spending a dime on advertising. You're not getting customers. Or you can be a business entrepreneur and decide, I'm going to get a budget to advertise my business. And that's where you have to decide. That's going to take up basically the biggest chunk of your online business. So you've got the hosting, you've got the autoresponder.
Aweber.
They're the essentials, cheap to get by with. But if you want to really scale your business,
They're your fixed costs.
they're your fixed monthly costs. Your advertising can
These are your variable costs.
Yeah.
vary. Yeah.
And
so-
you really have to think about this as an actual business and not a hobby. So obviously you're going to have to invest to see an outcome. If you're going to treat it like a hobby and just doing a few things on it now and then, you're obviously not going to get any results.
you have to invest.
results.
You have to invest time or money. So you have to invest something.
Yeah, it's treated like an actual business.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses cost, thousands and thousands of dollars just to even get set up. And then you've got all these extra costs to pay. Treat this as an actual business and just get a budget out. And if you go through that and you're consistent, then there's no reason why you won't have any results.
The best thing about online is just that we have no employees to pay.
Yeah.
So
Except for
that's
ourselves.
the
Just
biggest
us.
bonus with online businesses.
But yeah, overall, whatever our expenses are, marketing, hosting, $97 fees, everything will double our money.
Yeah.
So If we do like $120,000 a month, we would have spent about $60,000.
And like
A
we
lot less than that.
Yeah,
A
lot
lot
less
less
than that.
But you know, at minimum, double your money.
And like we said before, if you are starting out and you are looking at advertising, make sure you have a budget for at least 6 months of which you're spending on a consistent basis. That is obviously having it being consistent, scaling it from whatever, you know, commissions you do get. That's what's going to increase the ROI of yours.
And reinvest your profits. That's how we became so successful.
I once got a question at the Gold event. This time last year in Las Vegas, someone came up to me in the room and said, because like the number one piece of advice to give everyone is to find an advertising budget. And she came up to me and goes, all right, so what's the number one piece of advice you'd give to someone who doesn't have an advertiser or can't find it? And then I said, honestly, I'd say I'd do everything in my power to figure out how I can get an advertising budget, and that was how blunt I was with that answer. And that's really my mindset as an entrepreneur. You figure out how you're going to invest into your business. And look, if you really can't, and it's going to take you some time, maybe you have to go back and get a job and, you know, do what you have to, then you're just going to have to invest a load of your time with free marketing strategies, with your free Instagram, with your blogging, with all this other stuff. There are ways around everything. So think solution-based whenever you're tackling this.
If you're really stuck, just start learning as much as you can so that when you do finally get your marketing budget, you're going to kill it when you just click those buttons. So in the meantime, really try and get as much knowledge and skills and go through all the training again and again, and, you know, have a look at what different options you have. So it's not, don't ever think that it's just something that's just cutting you off. It's a wall in front of you that's stopped. Use that as an opportunity to really start learning as much as you can.
And like it says, it all depends on how badly you want it. There's always a way to get a marketing budget. There's so many people within the community who are getting a second job or doing freelance or anything like that just to gain capital to build up their business. So there's always a way. It's just a matter of how much you want it. Uber is a great way as well, you know, to earn a part-time income from that. There's a lot of ways
so
to
much.
do it.
And I
Drugs. Anyway.
No.
Sell your kids.
No, I
Do not sell your kids.
Sell your kids.
Do not listen to Christopher.
Sell your car, sell some property, do whatever.
I mean,
Get some money.
I get so angry when people are like, I can't do it, or, you know, there's no ways.
Language is not
I get so angry because I was 19. I came to Australia with nothing, and I had to pay a $7,000 visa. I had to pay $30,000 off my studies. I had to pay for my car, and I had to pay for my living expenses. And I was forced to work 7 days a week. I was doing cleaning jobs. I was doing babysitting. I was running a gym. I was running a creche, and it just never ended. But at the end of the day, it was a tough 2 years, but the outcome that you get out of it is just amazing. And you always just got to tell yourself, ask yourself, how bad do I want this? And that is like my biggest quote in life, is asking yourself how bad you want it.
It just proves you, like, if you really need anything, I think they teach us at Landmark. Anyone who's done Landmark, people are like, how do I get more money? They're like, you'll get more money when you need it. When you need it. And we never got that at Stone. We're like, no, I want more money now. I need it. But no, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But like Sandrine, she figured it out when she had all this stuff going on. She just worked harder. You know, like, it's amazing what us humans can do with our imagination.
We come in SFM with nothing as well.
Yeah.
We thought, Gerard's an accountant, $60K a year. How the hell do we get to black? Oh no, now we don't have a marketing budget, but we've just found the solution. We put in our subconscious and found the solution, and you just keep thinking that vision, and you take it every day.
I mean, they had their budget set up. They were living poorly in the beginning, reinvested everything. They could have easily just taken that money that they got and started doing something with it. But they were living poorly for like
a few months.
For
a year, we had enough for living expenses and for marketing.
I don't know if Amy's on this call or she's going to watch the replay. I got angry at her because she's got 2 properties with equity in it. I'm like, you sell them properties or you take freaking equity out if you're going to freaking scale this thing.
Yeah.
Don't live in fear, live in faith. Like, you just have faith and belief in yourself.
Yeah.
Because to me, it just sounded so shocking that she had equity in 2 properties in the UK when you could sell that and just have that sitting there as business and freaking buy it back if you want.
I think everyone has their different situations and
Everyone's different.
Well, everyone's different, but it just shows that it depends on how you perceive the risk, because we all have different levels of risk. Like, what do you call it? We'll look at risk differently.
Yeah.
For when I wanted to quit my job, I thought that was the biggest risk ever. I'm like, no way, I'm never gonna just quit my job without results.
Stop my
I'm not
like,
gonna
no,
put myself.
you're not quitting.
I'm not going to put myself $30,000 in debt and do this. That just makes no sense to me. But then it was funny, after about a month of replaying the scenario in my head, that risk, it just reduced itself so much that it just became the most sensible thing to do.
I wanted to quit ages ago.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous not quit.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
let's
cover that one.
yeah.
All right.
Rambled a lot.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So the question we have here was from Alan, and he asked, "Hey guys, I haven't had that much luck with eZine, and Greg and Fiona told me to stick with it. I was thinking of trying out advertising on Facebook, but they also told me that they wouldn't recommend it unless I had a compliant website. So I'm finding myself in a bit torn apart. How can I make my website compliant? And what is your general advice based on my current situation?"
This is the
Now,
exact same situation.
yeah.
This is the exact same question we got from one of our Black members.
I mean, in terms of compliancy of your website, you do have a compliant website at this stage within using the new SFM website template.
Everything is compliant.
So it's just a matter of integrating that onto your marketing, because you're ready to go in terms of advertising just by using that website template alone.
Yeah. Just if you haven't got that compliant website up, go to Digital Business Lounge, click on your, on the left-hand side, there's a tab called Installers, and then you click on that and click SFM Authority site.
And they would
go through
integrate
the
the new
steps.
template. Yeah.
It literally takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, we had to browse through it, and just to think about, like last year when we created lifestylemyowndesign.com, and they didn't actually have this as an option. It took us like around 3 months to get our website compliant, going back and forth to YouTube. But now SFM has really simplified that process by even giving it to you straight up without having to do it yourself.
So there's no excuse there.
Try and take advantage of that. There really is no excuse, as Sandy said.
Yeah, and Alan, I think you're on this call. You are.
Yes.
I'm going to
Alan
pull
is
you.
on.
Can you just unmute yourself, mate? And
Out in the
sorry,
the
putting you
spot.
on the spot.
Yeah,
I just would like to have a conversation with you.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. Can you just explain to us, what you've actually done on eZine before so we can get some, so I can get a background on, what you've done.
Sure. Well, I started advertising about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yep.
And I was testing the waters with my first ad. I didn't want to run too many different solo ads at the same time, just to see what would work. And within my advertising budget, there was not like tons of different options out there.
Yeah.
And I did get a few leads, but really not that many. And I was told to kind of stick with the DOE, the Directory of eZine, which doesn't have that many different actually eZines to choose and advertise with. And because I was not that successful with eZine, and I know I can still tweak my ad a little bit to make it more effective, I was thinking maybe I could try another strategy like Facebook, or now maybe Instagram is a good option.
Yeah. I think.
And in terms of the webs, yeah.
I was going to say, what you really need to do is make a decision and stick to it. Yeah. So obviously, if you're speaking to Greg and Fiona, you must be at gold.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So it's really going to be your choice. You need to decide whether it's going to be Instagram, whether it's going to be solo ads, whether it's going to be Facebook, and then you got to tell Greg and Fiona, this is what I'm doing, and I would like help and assistance here. This is the advice we gave to one of our Black members. From our personal experience, we've seen Facebook, is a really good way to
Start up as well.
To start, especially if you're at the gold level and you've got mentors like Greg and Fiona, advertising on Facebook. I've just given you instructions on how to get your compliant website up. My opinion is to go with your gut
What would your gut say in terms of advertising? Where do you see
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself? What platform do you see yourself mastering or wanting to master?
Potentially, I could master any platform. It's just that with ease, in particularly if I stick only to the DOE, I see that I'm gonna plateau and reach the peak fairly quickly because the reality is that they only have a few dozen different e-zines. It's not like they have hundreds of different ones. So even if I find one that works really well, I'm gonna like exhaust the resource of that one, and then I don't really have that many other options there. So that's how I feel. I can make it work better for maybe a few weeks, a few months, but this is just my feeling. But I feel like I'm gonna plateau then fairly quickly after that.
Can I ask what your monthly marketing budget is? You don't have to share that, but yeah.
At the moment, it's about 200 Aussie dollars. I'm based in Sydney a week.
A week. Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay, so I reckon like you stick with the directory of e-zines until you see results, and then once it plateaus out, then move on.
Yeah.
Because I definitely reckon that there's things you can do with the directory of e-zines.
Haven't we done that? We've done e-zines.
No, we haven't done Charlie Pages.
Not Charlie Pages.
No, we just did straight out bias somewhere, media bias. So it's hard because for me, it feels like you want to go to Facebook.
Yeah. Another small thing about that is that if you do start doing Facebook, it's practically the exact same thing as Instagram when you're advertising. So you can practically have Facebook and Instagram
integrate that
because when you put out an Instagram ad using Power Editor, which is on your Facebook, so it's practically the exact same thing. If you're going to master Facebook advertising, the advertising section of Instagram is practically identical.
There's a few regulations in terms of like obviously like the duration of videos that you can post on Instagram. But as Sandy said, you can actually start advertising on Instagram using Facebook's Power Editor. And it's just a matter of clicking Instagram or no Instagram. It really is as simple as that.
Yeah.
So,
I suspected it would be quite similar because Facebook owns Instagram. So
yeah, that's why they've integrated them into one actual.
Yeah, so
platform.
if you're like looking to go to Facebook, it's practically Instagram as well.
You're kind of killing two birds with one
stone.
stone here by actually.
I guess
both.
It's up to you at the end of the day what you want to do and what you're willing to learn and how fast you're willing to get there.
So as we come to the end of this call, I just want you to, after really assess what you want to do, and then if you do choose Facebook, get on your next coaching call or next 2 coaching calls with Greg and Fiona and say, I want to learn Facebook. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, and stick with it.
Just think I just don't have any experience with e-zines, but I'm sure Greg and Fiona do have experience and they are getting results. You just want to be listening to people who are doing what they're doing and you're doing that training. So if you're going to continue on with that. But, someone like you with a marketing budget of $200, we want to be generating leads.
Take advantage of that.
Generating leads at a good cost. So I've only done one Instagram shout out. I got $1 leads from Instagram shout outs, but I never continued on with that because I'm a YouTube guy. And with Instagram, I had to find people, ask for a shout out, do that. With YouTube, we've got a bigger budget. It's a lot easier for us. Click buttons. Clicking buttons. But for $200, you could get like 4 shout outs and you could literally get $1, $2 leads. And then it's just building that relationship with your leads. But to get traction in your business starting, it's generating them leads. So hopefully what they're teaching at e-zines is going to get you quality leads at a good cost.
Yeah, but then again, Alan, it all comes down to you and what strategy you're looking into and sticking with that. So I think that's a decision you need to make first prior to, looking into things else.
If anyone's really on this webinar really interested in these shout outs and taking those skills up there, we've got some really cool training that we purchased ourselves.
Yeah.
I think
I purchased Ella's course, only used it once, did 1 shout out, $1 leads, and got another lead from it. And we didn't continue from it.
What we'll do in the replay, we'll put some links up there if you want to have a look at those options.
Yeah.
You can just really find those shout outs yourself. It just takes some time.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to come to an end today. I think there was a bit of an issue with people getting the link to this webinar via email. So I think Mo just wants to address that.
Well, we did send out an email, like 3 emails actually. I'm not sure. I know there's a couple of you that didn't receive those emails. Is it because we've changed our email?
I know, because we've changed our send email from mail@lifestylebymove9.com. So
it's a matter of just, it could possibly have gone to your promotion section on your email or your junk folder. So just make sure moving forward.
You whitelist that
you whitelist that email address. I think it was
mail@thelifestyleteam.com.
You've changed that up.
So that's probably why you're confused.
But since you guys have registered already to the Zoom link, this is the link that we are going to be using moving forward for all webinars. So you don't really need to do anything. Just save this on your notes, and every Wednesday we're going to be back up and running using the same link. So it's just a matter of clicking on the link on the same time every single week. Simple as that. Done.
Cool. And remember, if you have any questions for the next webinar coming up, email us, put them in the Facebook group, and we'll gather them and get them onto this call. So
I hope you guys found a lot of value in today's presentation. Sandy, you did an insane job, and we were so proud of you. But yeah, we'll see you guys in next week's call.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice day, everyone. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.